You are now entering Alyx Man's world.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another review from your boy Alyx, man. I am freaking excited to talk about NXT Takeover Wargames 3, aka Wargames 2019, whatever you want to call it. Once again, it's almost expected at this point, but once again, NXT delivers when it comes to TakeOver. And I'll admit, the hype for this show hasn't been the best kind of hype or the level of hype I would expect from NXT, thanks to all the schmozz going on with the Survivor Series build. With NXT showing up on Raw and SmackDown and getting the storylines crossed with the shows, the hype took a hit. But despite all of that, the show came through. The crowd came through. Chicago, love ya. You came through tonight like you always do. Commentary, Mauro Ranallo, Nigel McGuinness, Beth Phoenix, homegirl Beth Phoenix is showing out. Love her commentary work, but Mauro, still, to me, the greatest commentator in the business today. This show gets 2 thumbs up from me before I even talk about it. If you have not seen it, stop the video, literally pause, stop the video, and go watch it. I might consider this, thinking about it. Yeah, top 3 pay-per-view, if not the best pay-per-view of 2019. It's up there. It's gotta be at least top 3. I love this show. Everything about this show was so good. And one of the things I give credit to NXT, one of the reasons I am a fan of NXT, is the fact that every single time I come out of these NXT shows, these NXT TakeOver shows, feeling proud to be a wrestling fan. There were some things I didn't see coming, and I loved it. There are some things I saw coming, and I still loved it. We're going to talk about all of it. So, have a seat, sit back, get your popcorn ready, like the video, and subscribe. Help your boy Alyx, man, get to 30,000 subscribers. And let's get a big ambitious number for likes. Let's go 500 likes. Hashtag 500 likes. Probably not going to hit it, but screw it. 500 likes for NXT Takeover Wargames 2019. While you're at it, if you really want to help expand the brand of your boy Alyx, man, you can do a couple of things. You can like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter at AlyxManVX1. You can donate using PayPal, Patreon, Super Chats are officially on. You can donate right now in the live chat using Super Chat. Your messages, your Super Chat will appear on the screen. Email me at World for business inquiries or just to say hi, Q&A, but gmail.com. And for a limited amount of time, while you still can, get yourself a Alyx Man t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees. Who's here? I know we got the early crowd, and usually not a lot of people are here. Oh my goodness, over 100 people are in the live chat already. We just got started. Okay. Not gonna name you all, but saying hello to AJ Envoy, Immortal God, The Mighty Shadow, Jordan Williams, Adam Ritter. What's up, guys? Kashoot Prince, King Switchblade, Mark Lovin, Austin Fan 25, Panda Hat. All of you, welcome. Lando Wrestling, Austin Adams, Chase 5677, Aaron Thomas, Kenny Potter, Y2 Jericho, HS, Elias Ademi, one of my moderators. What's up, man? Good to have you here. Ultra Shadow, another one of my moderators. Good to have you here. Both of them are in the house. WWE fan. J Knox, who makes the covers. Give a follow. It's J Knox. It's right there on the screen. Follow him on Twitter. One of the best designers for covers here in the world. Okay, in the world of wrestling social media. But to me, he's one of the best. I don't care what anybody has to say. Last one is going to... pick one. Juan Lopez. All right. Thank you all for joining me. I don't want to waste any more time. So I'm going to go ahead and pause Super Chats. We won't have any interruptions. Not because I hate you, but because people have been telling me, hey, the next man, these Super Chats have been getting kind of crazy, interrupting you doing these broadcasts. Well, we're structuring them now. So Super Chats are officially on pause. All right. So I did not see the pre-show, meaning I didn't see Angel Garza taking on Isaiah Swerve Scott, although I heard Angel Garza won the match. And it wasn't as good as I was hoping it would be. Because when I heard the match initially, I was like, ooh, that's a takeover match. Put that on the main card. But then people were telling me it was kind of weak, and I was like, oh, that's disappointing. So, alright, there you go. Nothing else to really talk about. Wait, I lied. Something interesting happened on the pre-show. So, initially, the women's War Games match, for Rhea Ripley's team, it was Rhea Ripley, Tegan Nox, Candice LeRae, and Mia Yim. That was the hyped team to face Team Shayna Baszler. And Mia Yim got attacked. They just showed her getting attacked backstage and put in an ambulance. And so everybody was like, who attacked you? It might have been someone from Team Baszler. As soon as I heard about the attack, it was clear. I think everyone in their mind went, okay, we know where this is going. That doesn't mean it wasn't awesome, though. But Dakota Kai got added onto the team last minute. And then we get to the actual main card. So, let's do this. Women's War Games, the very first Women's War Games match ever in history. We got Team Shayna Baszler, which includes Io Shirai, Bianca Belair, and my girl, Kaylee Ray, the NXT UK Women's Champ, taking on Team Rhea Ripley. Captain is Rhea Ripley, Candice LeRae, and as I said, Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai. So, I'm not going to waste any time with it. Let's get right to what everyone wants me to talk about. As soon as you heard Dakota Kai was the replacement for Mia Yim, we all knew, all right, when is it coming? When is she going to turn? As soon as her door opened, as soon as her name came up, we were just like, okay, what's getting ready to happen? We didn't expect. We weren't ready. We thought we were ready, but we weren't. So Dakota Kai comes out the cage. She's about to go to the ring to fight for her team. This woman turns around immediately and soccer kicks the piss out of her best friend Tegan Nox. Instant heel turn. And she absolutely begins to assault her. And it was a scary assault. It was an uncomfortable assault. This woman is kicking her, punching her. We have William Regal come out to get her off of her. She pushes William Regal away and she looks at him, bold eyes, seething with rage. And she starts screaming, is this good enough for you, Rhea? Am I worthy enough, Rhea? Just losing her mind. And then she goes back to attacking Tegan, and then she starts attacking her leg. Now, those of you who know your history, who have been watching WWE for a while, know that Tegan Nox was injured in 2017 with a major leg injury during the women's Mae Young Classic. And that put her out for, almost 2 years. Put her out for a long time. So the fact that Dakota Kai, who are her best friend that we've established, went after her injury. And I mean, she was slamming her leg in the door, slamming the door in her leg, just completely trying to tear it up and rip it up and dislocate it and injure her again. And it was disturbing. Like, oh my goodness. Yo. As a fan, that hurt. Like, honest to God, that was a heel turn I did not want to happen. I knew it was happening. I saw it coming. I for weeks now, I saw it coming. And I'll admit, I'll eat the crow. I told myself, I don't know if I want that to happen. And I convinced myself that Mia Yim was going to be the one to turn. And I had to question, was she initially planned to turn? Because something tells me that at first, with the story the way it was, Mia Yim was losing all her matches. Shayna Baszler actually offered her to join her side, the horsewomen, And it looked like Mia Yim was going in that direction. But then that ladder match happened. And it was almost impossible for her fans to hate her after that. That ladder match weeks ago, where she busted herself open first off and then fell through the ladder. Yeah, after that, it was kind of hard to hate her. And Dakota Kai's momentum, her reactions were getting progressively worse. She wasn't getting strong reactions as time went by. Fans were starting to turn on her anyways. Let's be real. So I had to think this was a last-minute decision. Because Mia Yim was healthy. She was ready to go. They did the angle tonight. Her getting attacked happened tonight. So, what a freaking curveball. I loved it, though. It hurt me. My girl just... It's one of those heel turns that reminds me of... What's a character in anime that went evil that I didn't want to see go evil? That hurt me that she went evil. I'm trying to think of one. Maybe you guys can help me out. But, man, it's got to be some kind of a... I don't want to say Walter White. I don't want to say... Well, maybe... I don't want to compare her to Walter White. That's too much. There's got to be some kind of a heel turn on Nash. A real life heel turn. I can connect this to. It'll come to me eventually, but... Excellent. One of the best heel turns this year, absolutely. Bayley's heel turn had nothing on this. Sasha's heel turn had nothing on this. This was crazy. And what made it even worse is that now Team Rhea Ripley is down 4-2. So as you know, we got Candice LeRae and Rhea Ripley taking on 4 really tough women. Freaking Kaylee Ray in there taking Poison Rana's off the top rope. Being a freaking badass, love her. Freaking Io Shirai going in there, doing a moonsault off the top of the cage. Love her. And then Bianca Belair doing her thing, toss the women to and fro. But I did not see that ending coming. Thank you, Sasuke from Nataro. Yeah, that's a good one. Sasuke. I actually like Sasuke from Nataro. All right, Sanji, I don't know who Sanji is. I don't watch One Piece, but you get the idea. I think most of you are getting the idea that this was major. And oh my goodness, I love the finish though. I always say NXT loves throwing us curveballs. When you go into an NXT show, whatever NXT Takeover happens, expect a curveball to be thrown. It's never gonna go as you predict it will go. I think everyone in their mamas predicted Team Baszler to win this match. Everyone. And with the way things turned out, it looked like they were going in that direction. Somehow, some way. We see Rhea Ripley, who is locked in the I was going to say Coquina clutch. The Kirifuda clutch. The Kirifuda. I was thinking Samoa Joe submission, which is actually the same type. But it's called the Kirifuda clutch for Shayna Baszler. She's in it. And it looks like it's over. Like, okay, well, that's the end of the match. No. Rhea Ripley breaks the goddamn hold, gets some handcuffs, locks it in on Shayna Baszler's wrist, and then proceeds to beat the holy piss out of her, and then hit the riptide. Was it on a chair or through a table? I think it was on a chair. She hit a riptide on the chair and ends up pinning Shayna Baszler 1, 2, 3. Freaking Candice LeRae and Rhea Ripley won 2-4. Wow. Now, before anyone says they buried Shayna Baszler, stop. Shut up. And I say that kindly, not really, but shut up. If you've been watching NXT all year, you would know that Shayna has won every single one of her matches. She's beaten everyone. What was the main complaint that people have had about Shayna Baszler this year? She won too much. Oh, she's beating everybody. She's beating everybody on the roster. Oh, there's no one who can beat her. She wins all the time. She lost. And let me just put this out there. This was a believable loss. I can buy this loss. It was, first off, it's a tag match. 4-on-2, okay. But it doesn't hurt her whatsoever. If anything else, this kind of match makes everyone look better. Rhea Ripley is coming out looking like a goddamn massive star, a massive hit. Candice LeRae comes out looking strong too. Again, that Poison Rana spot on Kaylee Ray, oh my goodness. That was crazy, bro. That was insane. But yeah, man, I loved it. I love this match. This was outstanding. And I put this on Twitter. I tweeted this on Twitter. Not to hurt people's feelings, not to offend anybody. But I gotta reiterate it. If you didn't like this match, maybe it's time you watch something else besides wrestling. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not saying you have to think it's the greatest match of all time. But if you found something wrong with this match to the point where you didn't like it, like, dude, what are you looking for? Like, I really have to question. If you didn't like this match, what are you looking for? This had everything. You had a heel turn. You had a woman diving off the cell. You had drama. You had the babyface fight from underneath and conquer the heels, which is a classic old school wrestling storyline. What else do you need? What else could you possibly want? What, blood? Like, I'm sorry. I thought this match was outstanding. And I think I'm not in the minority when I say this. This was my match of the night. This was the match of the night for me. The women came out with the match of the night. I cannot wait until Wednesday to see what happens with Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox. Where are we going with that? Now, clearly, Tegan Nox is going to be out for a while because that was pretty brutal what Dakota Kai did to her best friend. But as much as I hate that heel turn, and I hate it for a good reason, because it hurt, I didn't want to see her go to the dark side. See, I don't watch, and this is another show I thought about, Game of Thrones. I don't watch Game of Thrones. But the one thing people hated about the last season was Daenerys and her supposed heel turn when she went to the dark side, how it came out of nowhere. Well, maybe this is Daenerys done right. Who knows? Maybe that was the connection I was looking for. I don't know. I haven't really seen any Game of Thrones shows, but I don't care. I loved it. This was my Game of Thrones. War Games. War Game of Thrones. Ooh, see what I did there? Okay, I'm gonna go to the next match now. But yeah, outstanding match. Match of the night for sure. Then we move on to the triple threat. NXT Championship #1 contendership. The winner of this match goes on to fight Adam Cole, baby, at Survivor Series for the NXT title. We got Pete Dunne, Damian Priest, and Killian Dane. So, I went into this match thinking, cool down match. Not expecting anything out of it. This is just here to get the crowd to catch a breath, relax, and just zone out for at least a couple of minutes before we get them back into the show. So, I wasn't expecting much, and so I'm watching it. Not really like paying attention to what I'm watching, but just kind of like digesting everything that happened in the previous match, right? But then the match started picking up. And then freaking Damian Priest does a dive to the outside, a la Undertaker, because he's a freaking badass. And then Killian Dane catches Damian Priest on his shoulders and Pete Dunne in his arms and does like some kind of a fall-away slam Samoan drop on the outside. And then they start doing some crazy-ass spots and crazy near falls. And then next thing you know, I'm into this match. Like, what? Whoa, wait a minute. I'm digging this match. What the fuck? This match is awesome. You know, a match that I wasn't expecting to be all that great surprised me. Again, that just seems to be something Damian Priest, Pete Dunne, and Killian Dane have been known to do. All three men have been put in matches that, quite frankly, I wasn't even all that impressed with. Their feuds were just kind of meh, mid-card. All right, this is just here to fill up time. kind of matches, right? Well, when you put them in a situation to deliver, they always deliver. They never disappoint. And I gotta say, man, this was an amazing triple threat match. If you slept on it, I understand, because that War Games match was incredible. So, of course, the match to follow it was gonna take a hit. But this triple threat match said, you're not gonna upstage us. They brought the audience back into it. Honestly, the cool down match ended up being Finn Balor's match, which kind of sucked. But respect to the triple threat match to follow that amazing, incredible War Games match and still stand out. So, amazing match. Pete Dunne, as you would predict, won. Of course he won. Look, as much as I would have liked to have seen Damian Priest get some time against Adam Cole, there was no way in hell we were not going to do Pete Dunne versus Adam Cole at Survivor Series. That match is going to be phenomenal tomorrow night. That's going to be an awesome goddamn match. Alright. Finn Balor versus Matt Riddle. This was the match that I think Chicago just completely zoned out on. It's not because the match was bad. I thought the match was good, actually. Pretty good. But when you start the show off with two extremely, amazingly well-worked matches, especially that War Games match, you're gonna have to have a match where fans go, okay, I need to go to the restroom, I need to get something to eat, I need a break, I need to digest everything that just freaking happened here. And unfortunately, that was this match. I think the people who booked the show wanted it to be the NXT number one contendership match, the triple threat, but sorry. I was kind of hoping Finn Balor would show up with body paint. Now, I'm not saying the Prince won't do it in the future. I think he still will. I think we're saving it for his match with Gargano, which I'm pretty sure will happen at the next TakeOver. Now, the next TakeOver isn't going to be in Houston. That weekend we'll do, I think they'll do Worlds Collide. And then they'll do a TakeOver in February, which is smart. I like that. I like that they're doing it in February, apart from the big pay-per-view. And that does make sense when you consider that NXT is also going to be in the Royal Rumble. So, okay. But yeah, I'm actually pretty excited about the next TakeOver when you think about Gargano coming back to fight Finn Balor, Ciampa fighting Adam Cole for the world title, the NXT Championship, excuse me. And of course, Dakota Kai versus Tegan Nox. That's going to be freaking awesome. Rhea Ripley versus the champ, Shayna Baszler. Man. Like, we've already set up the next pay-per-view. This is the thing about TakeOvers. When they're done well, when they're done to the best of their abilities, you've already told the story for the next TakeOver. We already have 4 matches for the next TakeOver. We just need... Do we need one more? That could be it right there. We just got our TakeOver card for Portland, Oregon. There you go. Based off of what happened on this show, we already know what we're getting in February. We already have a direction for that TakeOver. This is why this show is awesome. Anyways, Finn Balor beats Matt Riddle. The match was good, but again, it was unfortunately a victim following 2 amazing matches. And Finn Balor didn't really show us anything different. I do like him as a heel, though. I do like that he's back, working a different role and showcasing a different character in a place that appreciates his talents. So, main event time. The men's War Games, bruh. Let me tell y'all something. When it comes to War Games, and when I talk about War Games in general, I mean just the NXT version. I know we have WCW War Games and all that from the past. I'm talking about the NXT War Games editions. I always feel like the matches themselves are spectacles. I don't really feel... I might have said the first one they did was I think I gave it like a B plus or an A minus. You know, because I was there live. I remember it well. You know, it was a nice match to watch. It was really nice to get into. And then, of course, the one in 2018, which I thought was better. This year's War Games, though, I feel like when you compare the women's War Games match and this match, I think I can honest to God say, these are two of the best War Games matches I've seen in WWE. I can't tell you which one you feel is better. Y'all decide that. I personally think the women had the better match, but equally, they were both outstanding. This men's War Games match, man. First off, let's just talk about this mystery partner. We have Undisputed Era, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, Roderick Strong, the champs, taking on Team Ciampa, Daddy Ciampa, Daddy's home, Tommaso Ciampa, Keith Lee, Dominik Dijakovic, and the return of K.O. Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens, I freaking love NXT, man. And the thing about Kevin Owens, too, when he came back in the old school OG KO shirt from 2014, 2015. You know what I'm talking about. When he was NXT champ, 2015. Freaking loved it. Oh my goodness. And then he was doing the persona. The Kevin Steen persona. He was beating people up, talking shit to them while doing it. And my I swear to God, my boys were teasing the package pile driver. They teased the package pile driver. Let me tell y'all something. Don't you tease me with that move and not give it to me. If he's going to tease it, I want to see it in the future. No. See. There is no turning back now. Okay, Mauro Ranallo said he's going to hit the package pile driver. All right, I don't mind him using the stunner, whatever. Okay, he can have that pop-up pile driver. Oh my God. Imagine that. Whoop, catch him, boom, package pile driver. That would be pretty cool. That would kill him too. Pop-up powerbomb. He can have both of those finishers. But since you tease me with the package pile driver now he has to do it. No. I don't care if it's on Raw. If he can't do it on Raw, come on down to NXT. He needs to do the package pile driver now. You might as well. I mean, Adam Cole's doing the sunset flip pile driver, the Panama Sunrise. He can do package pile driver. My boys teased it. My heart skipped a beat when I saw Kevin Owens lift him up for that package pile driver. He didn't hit it here. Good. Save it. Do what you did with Hideo Itami when Kenta was here. He was called Hideo Itami. Tell a story where he teases the GTS. He teased it, and then do it when it matters. I think, and unfortunately I had to say this, WWE had all the intentions of making Kenta Hideo Itami NXT champ that year, in 2015. He was going to be the one to beat Kevin Owens with the GTS. But then he got injured. Oh, man. That sucked. But they did an excellent job of teasing the GTS. He'll set up for it but not hit it. Do that exact same thing with Kevin Owens and the package pile driver. Tease it. Like here. Okay, I'm going to hit it here. No. And then when it's against someone we want to see him beat up, then do it. Then have him hit it. Kevin Steen's back. Well, he's Kevin Owens, but Kevin Steen / Kevin Owens will be back. I don't know if he's permanently back at NXT. I hope he is. We don't need him to go back to Raw. They haven't been booking him. Ever since his feud with Shane ended, he's been off TV. Send him to NXT. Screw it. That would mean he helps Team NXT win at Survivor Series tomorrow. I don't care. But man, come on. For real though. Team NXT, should win tomorrow night Survivor Series, knowing that Kevin Owens is probably more than likely going to be on NXT. And I hope it's prominent. Okay, enough. Sorry about that. Let's get to the match. So, match was awesome. I loved the powerhouse spots with Keith Lee and Dominik Dijakovic. Personally, if you want to make them a tag team, go for it. Do it. I'm not going to tell you not to. Honest to God. I say do it. And then Ciampa, that ending. That ending when Tommaso Ciampa and Adam Cole climbed to the top of the cell. So we already knew that someone was taking a bump off the cell. What I didn't expect was for Tommaso Ciampa to do a freaking air raid crash. He had Adam Cole upside down, standing on top of the cell, and then falls backwards. You know how tall that cell is? It's tall. He fell off the cell through the tables below. Now, some of y'all might not know how dangerous that is because you're looking at this from a TV perspective. On TV, it didn't look that big. I was there live when I saw this thing the first time. Those cells are tall. It's Hell in a Cell tall, y'all. That was a big fall. He hurt himself. He's done. Now, as you can imagine, that was the end of the match. Ciampa wins, and then we pan to the outside, which I love this. This is one of my favorite parts of the show. We pan to the outside of the ring, to the crowd, to the barricade, and who do we see? From AEW, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. AEW got a plug on NXT Takeover, and they actually said Adam Cole's girlfriend, Britt Baker. They acknowledged Britt Baker. They just said her name. Wow. Okay. Well, what a crossover. AEW had a crossover with NXT. I'm joking, but dude, that's cool. That was really cool seeing her. But man, she was like in prayer mode. Like, oh my God, please be alive. Please be alive. I'm a dentist. Unfortunately, I can fix teeth, but I can't fix a life. I'm not that kind of a doctor. Please be alive. I can't bring that kind of a miracle. Man, that was a crazy match, though. Like, real talk. Like I said, the War Games matches this year were easily the best War Games matches in WWE history. Loved both of them. Outstanding. Freaking standing. Loved it all. And that was the show, guys. It wasn't a long show. It was 2 hours and a little bit over that. Like 2 hours and 20 minutes? We were done. I love that. If the show doesn't have to go long, don't go long. And I thought it was for the best. Man, that was really awesome.